as we mentioned before, processes are the foundation to your company. When we think about the foundation, we want to build on top of that. And so what comes from our processes is KPIs, like mentioned before, and now procedures. Creating procedures can be super simple. All you need is to take these processes, find the specific tasks that your role that you're looking to create is doing, right? Any input that they're giving, any decision they're needing to make, laying out start to end for their role, right? So if I'm coming into day one, what am I going to do and what am I processing and where is it going, right? Paint that picture for me. But instead of just programming someone on just the steps, let's intro them into why they're doing something to bring in purpose into what they're doing. Once they have purpose, the next thing they need is the tools to be able to complete their job. And so we want to give them the intros and the basics to everything that they're using, whether it be a physical item or just a software on a computer. We want to explain everything that we can that's going to be vital to them being able to complete their job. After we create the introduction and overview of this role and give them the tools, then we want to start laying out the process from start to end on what they're going to be doing. Now, there might be different sections of processes that don't always flow from one to another. We still want to keep those separate, but together in their training. So explain them separately, but show how they all connect together. And so instead of just, again, programming them like a robot, we want to provide education and meaning into each different task. Now, don't give your full life story behind why we're doing a certain task, but give them the reason why it might help someone else or might help the business succeed and grow. After we've created the intro training, the tools, and the procedures to everything that they need to be able to do, we want to make sure and ensure that they know what they just learned. So doing that by testing is going to be great, right? So if we can do testing in between different bits of content, bits of training, bits of procedures, that's going to help someone be able to effectively grab different sections and apply it and retain it. I'm not saying throw them into the fire and never check on them. What we want to do is guide them through the training that they just learned and apply it to an actual setting. Now, you might think, why are we doing training if they're just going to do this real-world check and I'm going to train them again and they might have questions? Good question, right? Like, I understand. It might sound redundant, but it's not, because for humans, we need the redundancy sometimes, right? We don't want to just keep saying the same thing over and over again. That makes people feel like you don't think that they're smart, and we don't want to do that. But getting someone from the procedure that we recorded, laid out really well, tested them on, and make them feel like, because if they're passing the test, they're going to feel confident in their training. They're not going to look to you and be like, I don't remember anything I just went through. And again, that's going to just deter them, make them feel like they can't come to you for questions because they might feel like they didn't match up to what you expected from the training. Once we apply them to the real-world settings and examples, going through them, maybe even previous examples that you already know the answers to in terms of situations with either the clients, leads, or just any type of processing item that they're going to be doing, real-world training is going to apply the knowledge to the muscle memory that they need to actually be able to perform their job on a day-to-day basis without having to go to someone and be like, what do I do next? What do I do next, right? Because that's terrible. We don't want that, because that just defeats the whole purpose of creating a full-on onboarding system for training.